This is the Spartan Body Mind Podcast. My name is Seth Winterhalter, your host, and we are going to talk about how to get chiseled abs. Doesn't everyone want a set of chiseled abs? Is that the goal? Like, when you look at the guy with his shirt off, the gal with, just that tight core flex, you're like, man, if I could just have abs. Well, I'm going to give you 4 things today to help you. If you really want abs, I'm going to give you the 4 secrets, the 4 keys, and guess what? Not one of them involves drinking some herbal concoction of tea in the morning. So maybe that will disappoint you, or maybe you'll be relieved at that. I'm relieved because I don't want to drink weird concoctions. I want to know what I'm putting in my body, and here's the thing. There are no secrets. There's just hard work. There are no secrets. There's just hard work. There it is. That's the podcast. Have a good day. No. I'm going to give you 4 things that will actually help, but it is the truth. There are no secrets to get abs. Abs are just the last place that fat is going to leave, most likely from your body, especially if you're a guy. And so it's the reality. So you got to put in the work. So before I dive into the 4 keys to getting chiseled abs, let me just encourage you, if you are looking for personal coaching when it comes to health, when it comes to your sleep, your fitness, your activity, your nutrition, I want you to consider becoming a Spartan. We take 5 new clients every month for our 12-week program. We walk you through all those aspects. We walk you through how to sleep well, how to set up the rhythms to get sleep, to wake refreshed, how to dial in nutrition, and we'll take you to crazy town. We can make you go as insane as you want to get the results that you want. But here's the real thing we want to teach you. We want to teach you how to have a normal life. We want to teach you how to eat effectively throughout the various days of your week so that you can both stay as healthy as possible to get the results you want when it comes to your physical appearance, when it comes to your physical health, but also we want you to enjoy life, right? Food is a good thing. Going out to eat, not having to think about what you're eating, just enjoying the moment, enjoying those social encounters, that's important. And so we want to be able to teach you how to eat in all manners of life so that you're not, I talked with a client the other day. He's just real honest. He said, I have a really bad love-hate relationship with food. And that's in his mind, right? That's not in reality. Food doesn't hate him or love him. That's in him. And so he's got to work through that. And we need to work through that because I think a lot of us have that. And that keeps us from our goals. It keeps us from living a normal life, a healthy life, right? What do I mean by normal? I mean a day-to-day life. You can't cut and be insane on a chicken and rice diet for the rest of your life, saying no to all social encounters. That's not healthy. That's not going to lead you to live a healthy life. And this is really particular in talking about today about chiseled abs. It takes a lot of work to get abs, and you may find that the work it takes to be under 10% body fat doesn't align with the other values you have, the other things that you need to spend time on, and that's okay. I think it's okay to be honest with that. Now, I do think that if you would buckle down and work hard to get abs, to get under 10% body fat, or to even get down to 10%. Now, that I'm talking about males right now. Gals, that's probably 14% for you. If you could get down to 15%, I think you would see a really nice set of abs. Guys, if you can get down between 8 and 10%, you would see a nice set of abs. And once you get them, once you get rid of that, especially that stubborn body fat that kind of hangs around your midsection, for guys, it's your chest and your midsection. When you get rid of that, you'll find that you can then bump up and still look good. And so I think you'll find this, especially if you're a bit overweight, if you've been a bit overweight for most of your life, if you never really had abs, once you get down there, it's a lot easier to bump back up and still have a good look than it is as you're trying to come down. If you're like, well, I'll settle for this, go all the way down, get a good look, and then bump back up. And I think you'll maintain a better look. And we can help you do that because what you don't want to do is starve yourself when you're going down. In fact, that's number 1. Let's just jump in. How do you get chiseled abs? Number 1 is diet. It is all about diet. It is diet, diet, diet. In fact, diet could be all 4 of the keys I'm going to give you, but we'll just say number 1. And there's a way to diet. I think you need to too many people just start plunging. They just go, I got to diet, I want to get abs. And so they cut their calories very extreme, thinking that's going to, like, if I'm going to cut 500 calories, I'm going to go down to 1,000 calories. And you're sabotaging your goals, because you are telling your body to shut down. You're telling your metabolism to shut down. You're telling your body to hold on to all of its resources because it thinks you're going into starvation mode. It's going to hold on to your fat. It's going to burn through your muscle, and it's not going to give you the results you want. So when you diet, I would encourage you first to go high with clean foods, really clean up your diet, really cut out all the junk, clean up your diet, but push it high. And then after a week or maybe 2 weeks, if you need that, then start to cut, and only cut by like 200 calories. Cut really slow. Think about steps. If you are carving steps into a hill, if you carve those steps too dramatically, they're not going to serve as steps. You're going to fall on your face. You need to cut steps that are steppable, that you can actually walk on to get down to the whatever you're going. And so same thing with a diet. Slow steps, small steps, down and down and down. That's going to, it feels like it will take you longer, but in reality it won't. You're going to see that weight come off. You're going to see your muscle maintain, so you're going to have a much better look. You're going to enjoy your look more. You're not going to be as stringy. If you cut too fast, especially if you can't see abs now, if you cut too fast, you're going to create this stringy look, this really, I call it the skinny fat look. You're not going to enjoy that look. Trust me. I've done it before. I did that in a first cut a couple years ago. I tried to go really extreme for a transformation contest, and I got I had dramatic results, but I didn't like the look. It was not good, and so I had to bulk back up and then cut down again, and now the look is 10 times better. And so that's what I'm going to do again here. Come January, I'm going to start a new challenge with a bunch of people, and we're gonna cut and see how we can look. It'll be cool. So anyway, number one, how to get chiseled abs, diet. Dial in the diet first. If you need help with that, give us a hit. Go to SethWinterhalter.com. Set up a consultation call. I'd love to talk with you for free, just to hear more of your story, where you're at, and see if I can help. Number two, compound lifts. Make sure that you are doing compound lifts. If you're squatting, if you're deadlifting, if you're bench pressing, right? If you're doing, there are compounds and there are isolations, right? So a compound movement for like the legs is a squat. You can work all aspects of the legs in a squat, depending on your form. A leg extension machine, right? You put your legs onto the pad and you put your feet up, put your feet down, put your feet up. It's an isolated exercise because you've taken out your hamstrings. You're just focusing on the quadricep muscle. And so those are isolations, right? A bicep curl is an isolation exercise. I'm isolating my bicep. Tricep pushdown is an isolation. I'm working the tricep. A close grip bench press is a more compound tricep move. I'm working my tricep because my grip is in, but I'm still bench pressing. I'm still using my chest. I'm still using other components. So you might consider that in light of a tricep exercise, a compound tricep exercise. What I mean by compounds, again, are the big exercises. And why do I say focus on those? Because your core is going to be strong. When you squat, you use your core. You tighten your core. That's what a weight belt is. Some people think, I wear a weight belt because my back's bad. You don't really wear a weight belt for your back. You wear it. That's why you wear it high. You don't wear it around your waist. You wear it up around your diaphragm. And you tighten that thing up so that when you squat, you push, right? I push my breath up against that, and I create that pressure. I create this tightening in my core so that when I go down, my body, right, is tight. It's my core. All that energy is in there. And so you want to be mindful that when you lift, to use your core, to tighten that core. That's going to create muscle development in there and give you a much better look in your stomach. So focus on the compound lifts, and you should be focusing on compound lifts throughout you should always be doing some form of the bigger exercises. Even when you do machine maybe some hammer strength, machine kind of chest movements or shoulder movements. Think about your core. Think about tightening that core as you lift. So, you're going to nail your diet. You're going to be doing your compound lifts and really focusing on your core, making sure your core is tight, make sure it's engaged. And then as you get closer and closer to the body fat percentage, here's the thing. Again, this will be controversial. Maybe. I don't know why. I would never have my client, unless they just loved ab exercises, I would just never have them doing ab exercises until at least they were at least for a guy, 15% body fat. For a gal, probably 20%, 22%. Why? Why would you? I would love for someone who is doing those and is really out of shape to tell me why. Because you're working out to build muscle, and those muscles, right? The more muscle you have, the more calories those are going to eat up. The more energy you're expending, the more fat you're going to be burning. So you want to build big muscles. You want to build your chest, your legs, if you're a gal, you're building your glutes, you're building your back, you're building big muscle groups. Your abs are these tiny little muscles. Why would you? And abs really need to be revealed by dieting. Now, some people have really flat abs. Some people have really built abs. But you can only see those once you strip away the fat. And the other thing is, your abs don't need a ton of work. These people that work their abs all the time, it's like a waste. Unless you just have the most underdeveloped abs in the world and you want the most popped out abs ever. But if you never get down to 8% body fat, if you're a guy, it doesn't matter how much ab exercises you can do. You're not going to see that through your fat. Same thing with a gal. You're not going to see that if you have fat around your abdomen area. You can do all the ab exercises until Jesus comes back, and you're not going to see them because you have fat covering them. So it's kind of a waste. I just don't, and it's not a huge muscle group that's going to help your overall body develop by doing a bunch of ab work. So my third thing is, if you want to get chiseled abs, that there are certain ab exercises I think you can do. But I would wait. I wouldn't be programming, doing these, the 8 best ab exercises, and you're doing that while you're overweight. I think that's a waste of time. I think you can be doing, you should be focused on your back and your shoulders and your chest and your quadriceps and your hamstrings and your glutes, and your so many more muscle groups that would benefit from being built and from being activated than your abs. But once you're in a position to be able to work your abs, where you're at a body fat percentage where it actually becomes beneficial, then I would recommend maybe two exercises. The only one exercise I really use is the hanging leg raise, right? You go on the little captain's chair and you do the leg raise. You hang from, a pull-up bar and you do leg raises. Hanging leg raises are just the ultimate ab exercise. They engage your core. They burn. They get after the whole row of your abs. With that movement, you're going to get activation in the entire area of the abdominal wall. Another one that I don't find as much, I get recommended this and by professional bodybuilders and the like is, and I use it, I just don't feel it as much, but this is just me, but it's the rope tuck, right? You take the rope on the cable machine and you put it, over your neck and you curl down. Usually you're on your knees and you curl down in a curling motion, tucking motion, the rope tuck, I guess. I use it just if I'm getting down, if I'm under 10% body fat and I really want to just dial in the abs and I want 2 exercises, I use that one as well. But usually hanging leg raises are the only thing. Those just work. And you can do a lot of variations with some leg raises. And so you can look into that. Do the old Googles, YouTube it. So diet, compound lifts, activating the core. Do some specific abs exercises when you get down to an adequate body fat percentage. Hanging leg raises are great, the rope tuck. And then the other thing is just cardio. And the fourth key is just making sure how do you get those abs revealed? How do you get the chiseled abs? You might need to add some cardio. Again, I'm not a huge cardio component. I think it's good for heart health. I think it's horrible for fat loss. Working out is far more lifting weights is far more beneficiary than doing endless cardio. And usually the cardio that you're going to do is going to be it's going to be steady state, right? Steady state cardio is when you're doing any kind of cardio, whether this is the treadmill, the elliptical, the Stairmaster, whatever, but you're staying between 120 and 140 heartbeats per minute, right? Your heart rate is staying in that 120 to 140 range, which means you're going to be burning fat. Once you get over 140, the likelihood that your body is going to start burning through muscle to fuel itself is very likely. Studies show. So that's why, again, endless cardio is just not probably helping you in your real development. You want to see abs. If you want to look like a marathon runner and look like you just survived a famine, then great, do all the cardio you want. If you want to actually have a pleasing aesthetic body, then I would encourage you to use cardio as a shaping, refining tool, and to use it. Do start with 15 to 20 minutes at the end of a workout. And then as you're getting in lower and lower body fat, especially this is how I use cardio. I will do it just randomly, just again for heart health and give me something. It's a good kind of wind down at the end of a workout I'll maybe do it for 10 minutes, maybe twice a week. And then once you're kind of into diet mode, you have your calories, you lower it by 200, you may, if you kind of stall, then maybe you lose, 4-6 pounds, and then you kind of stall, you're not seeing as much weight loss in a week, you might bump up to 25 minutes of cardio before you bump down the calories again. And then you use that. Use it as kind of a tool. What I wouldn't do is I would lower calories and add more cardio at the same time. Don't do that. Do one or the other, right? Use the tools individually so that you actually see what works. So, how do you get chiseled abs? Dial in your diet. Do compound lifts, engaging the core. Add some ab exercises when you get down to an adequate body fat percentage where you can actually start seeing the ab development, because that's what you're doing. You're building that muscle. Do some hanging leg raises. Do some rope tucks on the cable machine. And be aware of cardio. Use steady state cardio between 120 to 140 heartbeats per minute, and rock it out. Looking forward to seeing some chiseled abs soon. All right, until next time. Oh, go join the Spartan Body and Mind Facebook group for free. Join there and watch these podcasts. Join the community. So again, Spartan Body and Mind Facebook group. Would love to have you there. Again, if you need personal coaching, go to SethWinterhalter.com. Set up a time to chat. Love to chat. See you then.